Okay, welcome to Miss Dolby, Miss Heffley's Math 6th Curriculum Night PowerPoint. So first, I'll share a little about me. So I'm Miss Heffley speaking right now. So this is my 9th year teaching and my 4th year teaching at IMS. And I currently teach 2 math classes with Miss Dolby. I teach my own math foundations class, a reading lab, and a lab class.
And I'm Miss Dolby. This is my 10th year teaching at IMS, and I teach both 6th and 7th grade math. The first thing that we want to share is that 6th grade is a little bit like the kindergarten of middle school. Your student has been in school for a handful of years, but in middle school, they are now moving from classroom to classroom. They have greater responsibilities and have to keep track of more things. And so it's just an opportunity for them to learn and to make mistakes, and that's okay, so that they can build the skills they need moving forward later in middle school and high school. And it's also a great time to grow in self-advocacy.
And so your student is in a co-taught class. So our class is based on a co-teaching model. So we have one gen ed teacher, which is Miss Dolby, and one special ed teacher, which is myself, Miss Heffley. So the gen ed teacher is the content and curriculum expert, and the special ed teacher is able to adapt the curriculum to meet the needs of all the students. The pacing in this class is the same as a general education class. Your students really just get one extra teacher.
A little bit about how we run our classroom. It's called the democratic classroom. And if you look at the visual in the middle, imagine the red dot as being us, the teachers, and then the black dots being the students, and everything's coming out from the center. And what we really want our classroom to be like is more of the web, where we are teachers and we are leading the class, but we're also leading the class alongside our students, and students are working together, helping one another, and growing as leaders. So this looks like problem solving, most often through class meetings that happen weekly, responsibility that shows up in class jobs. And it's really transformed students as I've seen them walk through the democratic classroom and support and help one another to solve problems and also in their learning. These are these aren't the Common Core state standards, but we use the Common Core state standards. And if you want to know specifically what those are, you can find a wealth of info if you Google it. Your student, if they have been in Washington State, has been learning math according to Common Core state standards throughout their education, and many other states have as well. If you have any questions, you can reach out to ask those.
So these are the topics that we're going to be covering. They're in order from what we'll start with to what we'll end the year with. We did spend the first couple weeks really with relationship building, but our first unit is going to be ratios and rates. If you have any specific questions about any of these, you can feel free to email either one of us or both of us.
All right, so now we have our curriculum, which we're super excited about at GEMS Math. We adopted this last year, and it was just a really great resource for students and for teachers and learning. So students they already have their textbooks, and those textbooks can stay at home. So maybe check your student's backpack, take it out, put it in a safe place, a desk, a bookshelf, somewhere where it will stay safe and they can access it throughout the year. They'll return it to the library in June. They will also get online access. So they don't need to take their textbook anywhere, because when they come to school, or if they were to go study at a friend's house, they can access it on their iPad. This will be the home page with all of the units. And then when they click on a unit, they will get lessons that we are working through. So this is the first lesson that we'll be doing, and they can click on the various resources. So for example, here's vocabulary. A lot of these resources, like this proficient practice, are ones that we will assign already and post to Schoology, but this is a great resource if students want extra practice or to review for a quiz or test. One thing that we focus on in our math class is growth mindset. So there are some students who say, I'm not good at math, I'm not a math person, but we really approach learning saying maybe we don't know how to do it yet, but we're going to practice and we are going to grow. And when we make mistakes, our brains actually grow. And so really making this a safe place for students to make mistakes so that they can continue in the learning progression. Next, we have grading for equity, which you may have already heard about. Our school is moving to full implementation of grading for equity next school year, and many teachers, I believe it's about 40 of them, are fully implementing it this year. We've been doing it for a few years now. A brief overview, it's on a 4-3-2-1 scale or not enough evidence. Only assessments will be graded. These assessments measure a student's mastery of a grade level standard. Multiple opportunities are given to demonstrate proficiency through retakes. Our goal here is for students to be at standard, at a 3. By the end of the unit, they will have an opportunity to show for a 4. So maybe on the first quiz of the unit, the highest they could get is that 3, but by the end of the unit, each standard will have an opportunity to for students to demonstrate a 4 level understanding.
So this year we're going to be using the flipped classroom model. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using Schoology to post videos on the content. So this allows flexibility for students to watch at their own pace and also gives them a chance to rewatch it if they need more understanding. We intend on giving them time to start the videos during class, and this also allows for more practice time during class. So the way the homework is going to work, it's daily practice. So the students will have 2 options. There's a learning pathway and a stretching pathway. And we really want the students to be working for 30 minutes on homework. If they don't finish, it's whatever they can do in 30 minutes. So it's okay if they don't finish it, they'll just submit what they can do. And the answer key will be posted as well so that the students can check their own work. And how they'll submit it is they'll take a picture of the work and the assignment that they did, and they'll submit it to the assignment on Schoology. So although homework isn't graded, we still want the students to be practicing and submitting what they've done.
Speaking of Schoology, we'll take you to our Schoology page. All of the assignments will be posted to Schoology, and as you can see, directions are given. And in a specific assignment, students will also have any links or documents needed for an assignment. Often those PDFs or documents are handed out in class, but if they need a new copy or they were absent, then they can easily access that online. They can import it to Notability or print it out, whether at home or at school. So this is a great place for students to check every day to see what they're responsible for and to get any of the resources they need to complete those assignments. Thank you so much for watching our video. There'll be a link to a Google form for you to submit any questions you have, and we're looking forward to a great year with your students.